ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਮੁੱਚੀਆਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦੇਣੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਮੂਵੀ ਬਣਾਈ ਗਈ ਆ ਇਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੈਨੋਜੇ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਅਤੀ ਰਿਣੀ ਹਾਂ ਔਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਏਰੀਏ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀਆਂ ਰਹਿੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਮਾਣ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰ ਸੋਮਵਾਰ ਹਰ ਵੀਰਵਾਰ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਮੂਵੀ ਆ ਇਹ ਦਿਖਾਈ ਜਾਵੇਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਸੈਨੋਜੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਸੜਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਸੈਨੋਜੇ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਅਫਸਰ ਪੈਟਰੋਲਿੰਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਲਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਜੌਬ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਸਕੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ 9/11 ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਮਝਿਆ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਸੀਨੀਅਰ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਸੜਕਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਤੁਰੇ ਫਿਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਉਹ ਬੱਸਾਂ 'ਚ ਸਫ਼ਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਈ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਆਈਆਂ ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਯਤਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਇਡੈਂਟੀਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣ ਲਈ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦੇਣ ਲਈ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਇਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਵੀਰ ਭੈਣ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਲਾਅ ਇਨਫੋਰਸਮੈਂਟ ਏਜੰਸੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤਾਲਮੇਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਆਇਡੈਂਟੀਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰਫੁੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ। ਅਸੀਂ ਦੱਸ ਸਕੀਏ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਧਰਮ ਸੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਚੰਗੇ ਗੁਣ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਨੂੰ ਸਫਲ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ। ਇੰਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਔਰ ਅਖੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵੀਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਿਪੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Hello, I'm Chief Rob Davis. Welcome to another edition of Community San Jose. Today we're going to take a closer look at the culture and customs of our local Sikh community, which is another one of the very special groups that make up our great city. We hope that by highlighting some of the different customs and beliefs of the Sikh community, that we can learn more about how we can best serve these residents of San Jose, which of course in turn helps us to increase our overall effectiveness and quality of policing. These efforts certainly work to help us maintain San Jose's status as the safest big city in America. After all, one of the foundations of our profession is service to our customers, which are comprised of many different groups. We hope you enjoy this episode in our ongoing series and find something you can use in your service to our community of San Jose. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to another edition of Community San Jose. Today we're going to take a brief look at another segment of the South Bay that's frequently mistaken for a variety of other groups. They're members of the Sikh community here in San Jose. And for the next few minutes we're going to examine some of their history, their beliefs, and what brought them here to America. We also hope to show some of their customs and practices to familiarize you with what to expect if you should have occasion to contact someone from the Sikh community in your daily activities.
Sikhism is one of the youngest religions of the world. Sikhism was founded by Guru Nanak 535 years ago. There are 25 million adherents of Sikh religions around the world. In the United States there are 500,000 Sikhs which live here, and Sikhs were here in this country almost 100 years ago.
Now you will see them everywhere in every culture, sometimes with turbans or sometimes without turbans, just like me.
In the United States, most of the Sikhs, which you will see, or anybody who is wearing the turban, about 99% of them are Sikhs.
Because of their turbans and because of the common association in the U.S. between a turban and Muslims, Sikhs were mistaken for Muslims and felt an especially strong backlash.
The Sikhs want to make sure that everybody understands who we are and that we are as American as anybody else.
The basic teachings of Sikhism are very simple and very practical as well. We believe in one God. Secondly, every Sikh believes in earning his bread with sincerity and hard work. And third major teaching is that share your earning with the needy.
Our church, for example, is open 24 hours a day. It's open to anyone who would like to come. And we serve lunch, we serve dinner, breakfast, whatever is needed. When a person comes to our church, it's open to them, and we make sure they're taken care of.
The historical background of the Sikhs is very important. That our religion grew up in the 16th century in the Punjab. From that, it has evolved through 10 gurus or masters, and they have given us a distinct identity.
When the Sikhs worship, they go to a temple, which is called a Gurdwara. And one of the foundations of their faith is to be extremely tolerant of all other people's faiths and beliefs.
It does not say that follow the Sikh religion per se. Follow any religion, but be good in it, be sincere in it.
It's the religion which tells others, which tells you to live in peace and let others live in peace.
One important aspect of their religion is what is known as the 5 Articles of Faith. All Sikhs who have been baptized are required to maintain these 5 Articles of Faith on or about their person. And they could very rapidly become of interest to you if you contact one of them, so here they are. The first Article of Faith is called Kesh, which is their hair. It's never cut, nor is their facial hair or beard ever trimmed. This is done as a sign of acceptance for how God has created them, and thereby avoid any excessive vanity about their appearance. The hair is wrapped in a way as to be kept on top of their head, and then it's covered with a turban. The second Article of Faith is a small wooden comb called a kanga. This comb is used to comb their hair, and it's also kept as a symbol of cleanliness. It's kept in the hair and inside the turban. The third article is called a kara. It's a metal bracelet. The bracelet should be made from one continuous piece of metal and be seamless, as a symbol of eternity and oneness with God. The fourth item is called the kachara or kacha. This is a special undergarment which appears to be similar to a long pair of short pants. These are worn to symbolize sexual fidelity, high moral character, and remaining clean in one's own body towards God. The fifth and last item of faith that will probably cause you the most concern is called the kirpan, and it's worn either outside or inside the clothing. It's a ceremonial knife or sword that can come in all sizes, from very small to rather substantial. It's kept in a sheath, on a lanyard or a sling, and it's worn on the outside or inside of the clothing. The kirpan symbolizes the Sikhs' responsibility to their fellow man to protect the weak and downtrodden and to defend the truth. So if you're talking to someone who appears to be a Sikh, who's been baptized, and they are displaying or in possession of the other 4 articles of faith, you can reasonably count on the fact that they will also have their kirpan somewhere on their person, whether or not it's readily visible. So don't be surprised by its presence, expect it. It's an integral part of their beliefs. They carry their kirpan like anyone else who is not a Sikh would carry their car keys. Now this immediately begs the question of, well, what do we do about this ceremonial weapon when it becomes an issue in a law enforcement situation? Fair question. If the kirpan is used in an illegal manner as a deadly weapon, and someone is assaulted, injured, or killed in a violation of the law, of course it will be considered evidence in a crime and treated as such. However, mere possession of the kirpan on one's person is not so clear-cut. In fact, according to the DA's office, as long as the kirpan is maintained inside the ceremonial sheath, the DA's office will not file any sort of concealed weapon charges. In the past, this has also applied to school children who carry their kirpan to school as an integral part of their religious practices and beliefs. If the kirpan is out of its ceremonial sheath, or even carried in a manner that has no sheath at all, those circumstances will be handled on a case-by-case basis. Now, despite their strong belief of tolerance for others, early in their history and throughout their existence, the Sikhs have suffered religious persecution at the hands of several other groups in the world. In 1947, India gained its independence from Britain as a former British colony. From that time on, the Sikhs have also strived for their own independent state. The persecution that followed has resulted in a large number of Sikhs immigrating to other parts of the world, like the United States, Great Britain, and Canada.
So in this area, you have a huge population of torture survivors, people who went through very traumatic experiences, of really severe torture, and they're still 10 years later suffering from the effects of the torture, both physically and mentally.
Back in their homeland, the Sikhs were predominantly sought out for and engaged in jobs in the transportation and shipping industries, or law enforcement and military careers. They've also engaged in other professions such as medicine and jobs that required a high level of intellect and education. When they immigrated around the world, many of them took jobs in these same fields again.
Even in the Bay Area, they're guys, they own huge companies and they employ a lot of people. For a smaller community, they are in the realm of things in every way. They're representing their community very well.
In our local San Jose area, the one location that you should be aware of as a center for Sikh social and religious events is the new Gurdwara, or temple, that was built in the east foothills of San Jose just a few years ago. And as with most folks, once you get to know them, they're really not too much different than anyone else. We hope this look at the local Sikh community has served to help all of us understand one more segment of this much larger community we live and work in, our community, San Jose. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.